Hi there, everyone. It's Scott Nicholson. It's October 23rd. I'm a couple days late on getting the blog out because I've been driving back and forth to Syracuse. I had to go back and do doctor's appointments and all that stuff that you have to deal with every once in a while when you don't live in the city you normally live in. Anyway, it's been an interesting week. On Saturday, I went up to Manchester, New Hampshire, to Myriad Games. They were hosting an Extra Life Marathon, 24 hours of board gaming to raise money for kids. And so I went and made an appearance up there and helped out for a while. That was fun. Went to the circus. The circus has actually been in town. I'm here in my apartment right now, and the circus train was parked right there outside my window. I could see it the whole time, and decided to go and see the elephants and the rest of it, and that was an interesting thing to watch. In board game news this week is the Essen Game Fair in Essen, Germany. Over 150,000 people are there looking at over 700 new board games that are released this weekend. This is the pinnacle weekend in board gaming. They're all being released in time for the holiday season so people can decide what they want to buy. And so BoardGameGeek.com has been hosting a video feed from there where they've spent the whole 4 days, actually 5 days, they started on Wednesday, interviewing designers and publishers about their new games. If you go to BoardGameGeek.com, you can find a link to their feed on Ustream, and all the videos are archived there. So you can go and watch and learn about all the new games, many of the new games that are coming out. One interesting piece of news that's come out of that, so we have two companies that both announced they were reprinting the same old game, Merchant of Venus. And so Stronghold Games said they were reprinting it, and Fantasy Flight Games said they were reprinting it. What's actually happened, Stronghold Games worked with the designer and got the license and contract with the designer to reprint the game. Fantasy Flight Games worked with Hasbro. Hasbro bought Avalon Hill, and it was an old Avalon Hill game. So Fantasy Flight Games thought they had the ability to create the game. So both companies have been working on it, and they both announced they're reprinting this old game. So it's a case of the contracts, and so they're going to have to now dig back into the paperwork to see whether the designer held the copyright for the game or the publisher held the copyright for the game. Many times when you create a game, you set it up so that you, as a designer, you get the rights back if the company closes down, or you get the rights back if the company doesn't print your game in X years. Those are things to put into a contract if you do game design. So this is showing why, because right now there's this question, who had the right to license the game to a new company? We're not sure. We'll see how it all plays out. They're going to have to dig up, paperwork that's 20 years old to see who legally can actually do this. So there we go. Both companies have been working on the game, so neither one wants to step down and say, no, we're not going to do it. They've both invested time at this point. Of course, they could just stop working on that and publish my games instead. Anyway, most interesting thing that happened to me this week, I was at the Gambit Game Lab, and a visitor from Microsoft Germany came through. And he stopped by for a quick hello and turned into 2 hours of discussions where we really explored a lot of possibilities and found an interesting idea as we talked about where we could combine my board game toolkit with what he does, helping kids how to learn how to make games through Kodu, which is a Microsoft tool. And we're going to work together and see if we can make something and get some funding to put together a toolkit that takes people from nothing to making tabletop prototypes to then making video games, or just making the tabletop games if they want to stop there. So I'm pretty excited about where this could go. My big news is I'm getting ready to go to Asia tomorrow. I'm going to be there for about 2.5 weeks. I'm giving a series of talks for the iGroup. There's a series of conferences that run in Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, and Hong Kong, and Singapore, and Guangzhou. And so I'll be giving talks in all those places for academic librarians about gaming in libraries. I also, if you happen to be in Singapore and you'd like to meet me, I will be going to a game store. I've got just a very little free time on this trip, but I do have a little free time on Wednesday, October 26th, from 3 to 6 p.m. That's a holiday. They're in Singapore. I'm going to be at Paradigm Infinitum Orchard, and so it's at 220 Orchard Road, number 31. If you want to come and see me, I'll be there from 3 to 6 p.m. on Wednesday, hanging out with the Singapore Meetup group, playing board games and chatting with folks and all that. So that'd be a chance to say hi if you're over there. So I'm getting ready for a long time on the plane. I guess next Friday I will actually be giving a workshop in Penang on how to teach online to faculty from a university there. So it's going to be a day-long workshop. So the next few of these videos will actually be filmed and sent in from Asia. So I'm buckling up, packing up, and getting ready to go a long way away. So That's it for now. Take care, and I will see you all in a week from around the world. Bye-bye.